That's the one part I don't like about Superman, is just how of a punk he is. But Batman had the last laugh in Dawn of Justice, where he just kicked the shit out of Superman. I do miss the Ben Affleck Batman, kind of. I don't know. With Matt Reeves, revealing what he's going for, I'm just like, I like it. So it's kind of that way with Pattinson playing Batman. I know a lot of people are kind of like iffy on it, but I mean, if you ever look at the one thing, like, there's been a lot of people who are talking about it and stuff. Like, I believe this is going to be a weird and crazy thing, but let me explain it. Let me explain it to everybody. I believe in this weird multiverse theory idea that they're going with. That they're sort of hinting at it. I think that they are doing two different universes for DC films. As crazy as it sounds. There's a huge part of me that I believe that the Joker film, which is set in the 80s, I think, is sort of a prequel to Pattinson's Batman. If you look at it that way. I know that a lot of people are like, that's kind of crazy to go with that. But there's this rumor going around, I don't know if it's true, but they say that the Batman film that they are doing is sort of a... What is it? Sort of a... sort of like a prequel to Ben Affleck's Batman, but I don't believe in that way. I believe that Pattinson and Joker, Phoenix's Joker, are sort of tied together. Like, they're sort of like... You get to see Bruce Wayne in the Joker film, and you got to see Alfred, which... Alfred in that film looked really cool. Like, he had a beard, he had, he threatened Joker that he would, beat the shit out of him for touching Bruce Wayne, which I thought was like, man, that's crazy. But it was like, wow, that's really cool. Like Alfred in that, like, I don't remember what trailer they showed it in. It was a TV spot, I think. But Alfred in that film looked like he was like a, big dude. Like, he was a big dude that he was going to beat the shit out of Joker. So, but he says in a way like, you better go on before you make a fool of yourself. Like, he said it like in this British, voice. I can't do it, but it was really cool. Like, I just thought, like, wow. So, I know a lot of people are like, well, how is that tied to Affleck's Batman? But, and Leto's Joker. Let's look at it this way. They have Jared Leto signed on to do multiple films. I don't know why, but they do. Like, this rumor that he might appear in the Birds of Prey film. Another reason not to go see that one. There is no way that the DC Extended Universe, and there's no way that Matt Reeves is going to lower himself to, like, having Jared Leto in his Batman film. There's no way. But also, there's no way that they are going to do a Joker Harley film without Batman. Especially, they have in the synopsis of the film that Batman disappeared, or Batman's gone from Gotham. Which is stupid. It is stupid. Like, if you throw that out there in the film Birds of Prey, people are like, this is stupid. No, Batman doesn't leave Gotham. I mean, he did in Dark Knight Rises. He faked his death and ran off with Selina. Like, it was a good ending. And it's a purpose for that ending. It ends a trilogy. It wraps it up in a bow. I mean, if I wouldn't blame Batman for leaving after Justice League. Like, I'm sure Ben Affleck saw the film. He's like, said to his agent, "Get me the fuck out of this trilogy and this stuff now." I would love to have seen Ben Affleck's reaction to watching Justice League with everybody. Like, he had the entire cast smiling and happy of it, and he just looked like a miserable person. Like, I'm trying to remember. There was a photo there was like a photo of him and the cast together, and they're all smiling. He just looks miserable because he's just like looking at everybody like, you do not know what you're going to be seeing. You are going to be seeing a film that is 7 kinds of not awesome. But I remember in Justice League film, I've seen it in theaters, by the way. I think that was like the last time I ever seen a film in theaters where I was just like, no wait, it was Infinity War. I gotta tell this story. I remember seeing the film Infinity War in theaters. I knew it was happening. I knew what was going to happen at the end. I didn't read like the spoilers and all that. I just knew it by watching it. Like, once Thor, I remember, I think it was Thor who messed up the gauntlet or something. I don't know why he just didn't decapitate Thanos' head with the axe. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I remember when he hit the gauntlet with the axe or hammer, and it just like destroyed everything around him. I remember everybody was so upset when like Thanos sat down and smiled and like ended. Everybody was like, the air left the room. Like, everybody was shocked and upset, and I just sat there going like, not a bad ending. I just sat there like, this is a really good ending of a movie. It got to the point. And I remember my uncle just sat there. He looked at me, and he looked distraught and upset. Like, they can't end it like this. The Avengers need to come back and beat him. I was just like, that's the point. They ended it that way just to bring everybody back for the sequel. I didn't get to go to see the sequel in theaters. I still haven't seen it on DVD. I refuse to pay $20 for the DVD. $20. Like, they have Iron Man 1 out, and they are still charging $20 for that film. I mean, I have Iron Man on DVD. I bought it when it first came out. I was more excited about Dark Knight than anything, but I remember when it came out, I just was like, huh. And recently I saw it on the shelf for $20. I'm just like, who's going to pay $20 for this film? Who's going to pay $20 for, how old is that film now? Like, 11-year-old film. Like, I've seen films that are like 11 years old for like $5. Like, I seen Twister on Blu-ray for $7, and that is a good film. It has some cheesiness, and it's corny, but it is a good film. So, like, I know someone's going to be like, well, the Dark Knight trilogy is like $20. But yeah, that's different. That was a good trilogy. It has a beginning, middle, and end. But it kind of bugs me, though, that they never did an Iron Man 4. I know he's dead. Spoiler alert. I mean, I haven't seen the film. I know he's dead. They hinted. They said it in the trailer of Spider-Man. And I remember Tom Holland did like the intro of it. If you have not seen it, Avengers Endgame, do not watch this trailer. I immediately skipped and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to see this trailer. And they're like, Iron Man's dead. I don't need to see this film. You killed off the one character I could relate to. I just haven't seen it. Like, I know they're going to do, like, Ironheart, and I know they're saying, like, Robert Downey Jr.'s coming back for Black Widow, which makes no sense whatsoever. But it's kind of dumb. But anyway, as I was saying about the Batman thing, I believe that with the Matt Reeves and the possibility of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is on a separate Earth from the Earth that we unfortunately have to see Birds of Prey on. There is the Ben Affleck. Do I think Ben Affleck's going to come back as Batman? Hell no. He even said it himself multiple times on Twitter and in the Jimmy Kimmel interview where he said, I'm done. I'm not Batman anymore. So there is no way that they're going to bring in Robert Pattinson to the DC Extended Universe and say, like, this is Batman. There's no way. Unless they do like a Flashpoint paradox where they mess up the time. Barry messes up the timeline like he hasn't done it before. To bring in a younger Batman. There's no way they're going to do it. Because, one, Wonder Woman's too old. Alright, I'll watch it. I know I seen like I know someone sent a clip of like they did like a cool, like someone did an edit where it has, you know, Iron Man by Black Sabbath playing in the background where Robert Downey Jr. goes, I am Iron Man, and he, you know, does the whole, and like, I was just like, they needed to do that. They needed to just go out with an epic song for that. But I don't know. It's really sad though that they got rid of Iron Man. Now they're gonna do like Ironheart. I know a lot of people are like, it's gonna be good. I'm like, I don't know. They're doing American Chavez show. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. It's just, I don't know why they have to do American Chavez. I know there's gonna be some people who are gonna be like so happy for it. I just, you know, one thing I will say about Disney Plus, if they do a Cars animated show, has anyone ever seen the Pixar film Cars? I love that fucking film. I love the Pixar Cars, because, you know, the first one especially, like, they had Paul Newman in it. And Paul Newman's like one of my favorite actors. Like, he's one of those classic actors that's not around anymore. He was in a miniseries called Empire Falls. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. It is an amazing, beautifully made miniseries on HBO. It has, what's his name? Ed O'Neill, I think. I forget his name. Like, it had the guy, like the one dude I mentioned, like, from on a past episode. Hold on, let me upload it. Empire Falls. It had, Ed Harris. Sorry, Ed Harris, not Ed O'Neill. I don't know who I was thinking. Not the Ed O'Neill from Modern Family and Married with Children. Ed Harris, who plays a middle-aged guy who runs the restaurant called Empire. Runs this restaurant called Empire Grill. It has Helen Hunt, who was in the Twister. She's in one show they're bringing back, which I don't know why. Has Danielle Panabaker, who was, of course, in The Flash. This was before she was in The Flash, by the way. Has Paul Newman, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Robin Wright-Penn, Aidan Quinn, who was in the Elementary. He's a good actor, by the way. Dennis Ferreira, one of my favorite dudes. Let's see, it also has William Fincher, who